Right. So today we are going to see the next chapter. That is the name of this chapter is collection framework. Now under this, we are going to discuss about the stuff is framework hierarchy, array list class, list that is linked list class, and followed by hash set class. All or belongs to the classes. We are having the predefined classes are available from the util package. We are going to be accessing this. And we are following the book, that is the same book, that is the 9th edition of Java Complete Reference by Herbert Shell. Now coming to the first topic, that is framework hierarchy. If you observe closely this figure, that is the entire chapter will be understood clearly what actually the chapter is going to be, we are going to focusing on that. The main here is from the symbols itself, talking about the color which is indicates the color of this one, which is indicates here the color indicates the interface, the green color, and the light color, which is have a light cream color, is a class. The dotted we are going to be considered as a implements, and the arrow mark is going to using for extends. Okay, so the starting of this one here, the iterable is the root for the hierarchy. It is a root for all. From iterable, it is deriving the collection, deriving the list, queue, set. Under the list, we are having array list, linked list, vector, and under the vector, we are having stack. And under the queue, we are having the priority queue, as well as we have DQ. In the DQ and the linked list, we have array DQ. And set, under the set, we have the interface, that is sorted set. Under that, we have a class called as tree set. In the set, we are going to talking about hash set, and we are going to talking about linked hash set over here. Now we have a map interface. Under the map interface, we are going to talking about sorted map interface. Under that, we are going to have a class called as tree map. Under the map, also we have the hash table, linked hash map, and hash map. This is the total hierarchy of the collection framework in Java. Under this, we have a syllabus. Under we are going to discussing what actually the hierarchy indicates. Under that, we have a stuff, array list, one topic, linked list, another topic, and we have hash set. These are the three topics only as per our syllabus. Other than this, for your awareness, for your more knowledge, see such a way that different classes are available, and wherever we require, you can access when you are doing the projects. Okay, now currently we are going to discussing only 3 classes under this, because the color indicates the class. Okay, so from the iterable, derive the collection, from the collection list, from the list, here we have array list and linked list. So this is the hierarchy of the collection framework in Java. Okay, so collections, nothing but in Java is a framework. It is going to talking about a framework over here. It is going to talking a framework that provides an architecture to store and manipulate the group of objects. To store and manipulate the group of objects is nothing but here when you are going to consider is a framework. Now, what is the purpose of this one is it is going to provide an architecture. Architecture is nothing but a way to reach that particular task. So what is the purpose of these collections is to store and manipulate the group of objects. So how to create an object for a class is nothing but class name. It can be created as an object name. So all the operations that are performed. So for example, all the operations is nothing but what? For array, what are the operations we can perform? We can sort the array, we can search the array, we can make some, perform some indexing over there, we can join, we can do some sort of things, right? All the operations that you perform on a data, such as searching, sorting, insertion, or maybe manipulation, deletion, all this type of operations you are going to be performed by Java collections. Okay, so Java collection simply means a single unit of objects. So already objects are available, only just we are creating an object for that Java collection. Means we have in the Java collection interfaces are there and classes are there. Now what we are going to doing is we are just creating an object for that, and with the help of that object we are going to be performing some operation. Now you got a doubt that what is the main use of this collections in collection framework in Java? Means, for example, when you want to be create any linked list, maybe if you have the concept of linked list, so it have required some sort of, or else for example, for creating a student structure. Structure already we have studied in C, right? Struct name, structure name, and followed by we have a structure members like data type and all the things we are going to defining within the structure and end with semicolon. Instead of defining all that, that's in the simple single line, just import the util package, access that class, create an object, you can use it. So predefined things are available. Instead of creating multiple lines of code, simple single line, we can do that process. So how we can see the examples? Now Java collection frameworks provides, one is interfaces and second one is classes. Interfaces is nothing but set, list, queue, dequeue, etc. All comes under interfaces. As part of this figure, if you observe here, as part of this, you are going to making of the list here, queue, set, dequeue, all are called as what? Interfaces. Okay. And the second part is classes. The classes we are going to be go here is the classes over here: array list, vector, linked list, priority queue, hash set, linked hash set, tree set, all are called as classes. How we can be say that are the classes? Here we can see this is the color indicates all this light cream color or comes under classes. Okay, so that's about the collection frameworks in Java. Let me discuss the some of the classes which are available over there. So already I have said you some of the classes, right? Abstract collection, abstract list, abstract queue, abstract sequential list, linked list, array dequeue, abstract set, enum set, hash set, linked hash set, priority queue, trees set. All are having their own, going to be using their own things. Now, which are classes, which are interfaces is by seeing the arrow mark. If it is a dotted arrow mark, it is called as implements. If it is the solid line, solid arrow mark, then it is a extends, means it is an inheriting that, right? Now, in this abstract collection is an implements. Coming to our topic, the array, our array list is an implements a dynamic array by extending abstract class. So if you want to going to use the array list, we have to implement a dynamic array by extending abstract list. And what is the next topic of ours is linked list. So linked list is implements a linked list by extending abstract sequential list. And what is the next topic of the syllabus? Hash set. Hash set extends abstract set for use with a hash table. So other classes, other interface also be there, but as per our syllabus, we'll discuss only that three. So array list, we are going to need implement a dynamic array by extending abstract list. And one more is linked list. It implements a linked list by extending abstract sequential list. And hash set extends abstract set for use with a hash table. Okay. So this is a small introduction part for the collection framework hierarchy in Java. Okay. Now, whatever I have shown you, the figure, this is the same figure. Whatever I have shown you here, the same in another graphical representation. Nothing to have to change. Same. So same colors also going to change here. That's all. You can draw this figure or you can draw this figure. Anything. Okay. Now coming to the next part of the topic, array list class. So array list class is going to be talking about this array list class is going to talk about what is the use of this array list class. That is the main, right? So as I said you, array list or whatever, whichever it is there, whatever you are going to using, whatever the class you are going to using over here. So from where it is getting the array list, if you observe carefully in the figure, it is from iterable, collection, list. See this, see the hierarchy, how it is coming from the iterable, collection, list, and we are having the abstract list also be there, right? As they are saying abstract list here, they are saying abstract, that is array list is going to be implements a dynamic array by extending abstract list. So keep it in that mind and try to concentrate to listen the abstract array list class over here. Now array list class is going to be discussing about here, it is coming from iterables, collection, list, abstract list, array list. So under this three or what? It is all called under this interfaces. This is are called classes. So array list extends abstract list, implements list interface extends collection interface, extends iterable. Like this the hierarchy. So array list extends this abstract list means what? This is the inheritance concept. An abstract list again implements list means this is an interface. Now this is called as inheritance of interfaces. One interface can extend another interface, right? So this also be one interface can extend another interface. So this is one class extends another class, nothing but class inheritance. This is interface. A class implements an interface. This is interface inheritance. This also be interface inheritance, right? So the array list class implements the list interface, right? So array list class implements the list interface. It uses a dynamic array. What is the purpose of array list here is normally you know what is an array. Array is nothing but for collection of a homogeneous objects or homogeneous elements. Now dynamically, if you want and to add something, because array size is fixed, right? If you want to make some dynamic, to use a dynamic array to store the duplicate element of different data types, also it is allowable. What is the difference between an array and array list classes? Where array is a static. If you are going to creating an array of size, only 5 elements can be accessed. Already we have seen the array index out of bound. The errors also we have seen, right? Here also, we are going to making this array list classes for the purpose of dynamic array. That is the one major difference between normal array and array list class, to store duplicate elements of different types. Now, the array list class maintains the insertion order and there is non-synchronized insertion order. However, the elements are coming, it will be stored that one. And it is a non-synchronized. Non-synchronized means what? Randomly it will be thrown. Randomly, there is no direct access. If you want to display that elements, it can be printed in a order or maybe an unordered way. Normally, array is going to start the indexing, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, like this indexing. But here in the array list, it maintains the insertion order, whatever the order it is coming, and it is non-synchronized. Non-synchronized in the sense the elements stored in the array list class can be randomly accessed. So we can access 5th element, 7th element, wherever we want, we can add, wherever we want, we can access that elements. So this is the introduction about the array list part. Now coming to the syntax, how to declare this array list classes. Array list class is going to be extends here. Array list class extends the abstract list and implements the list interface. That's what we are seeing in the figure, right? Array list here, array list class extends abstract list, implements list interface. That's what it is going to be talking over here, right? Now, array list is a generic class that has a declaration, class, keyword, followed by array list, name of the class, array list, and E. Within the angular brackets, we are mentioning E. What is E means nothing but what type of array you like to be create, whether it is a string array, whether it is an integer array, whether it is a float array, what type of array we want to create, that has to specify within the angular bracket E. So E indicates here, specify the type of object that the list will be hold. That list will be hold means what? If you want string means here in the place of E, you have to place as string. If you want int means in the place of E, you have to use int. If you want double in the place of E, you have to use in the angular brackets double. Okay. Now, how to make that array as creating means public class array list E. It is extending abstract list. This is E. Implements list E, or it also can access random access, or we can also access the clonable. We can also access serializable. So this 3 we are not having in the syllabus. We are going to talking about up to list. So how to declare this array list means public class array list within the angular brackets. What type of array list you want to create, you can mention. Extends abstract list within the angular bracket. We can also mention the what type of the array list you are going to creating. Implements list. This is the line of declaring this array list class. Clear? Now, let me see some of the uses. Java array list class, or mainly it is going to be talking about Java array list class can contain duplicate elements. It is not having any unique. It can have 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3 like this. We can have elements in the array list. So Java array list class can maintain insertion order. Array list class is non-synchronized. Non-synchronized means randomly we can access. It allows to access random because array works at the index basis. Randomly we can pick. Normally in array also, We can take A of 3, A of 10, A of 15, like this. We can access with the help of index. In Java array list class, manipulation is slow because of lot of shifting needs to be occurred if any element removed from the list. Say for example, if an array consisting of 10 elements, if I remove, say for example, an array consisting of 10 elements, for example, it is a 10 elements in the array. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 elements are there. So this is a 0 index, right? So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, 9. This is a 10 elements in the sense means what? From 0 to 9. If I remove the element 4, so a lot of the changes means it has to move, 5 has to move to the 4 position, 6 has to be 5, 7 has to 6, 8 has to be 7, 9 has to be 8. So that's fine. Manipulation means changing, deleting, adding something in middle of that to the array list. Manipulation is slow because a lot of shiftings needs to be occurred if any element is removed from the array list. That is one drawback of array list. Okay. Now coming to that, once you have created array list is a what? Class. If you already know that any class in Java, it consisting of constructors, methods. Without that, we can't perform any type of actions or any type of operations. We can't perform it. Now Java array list consisting of the constructors as well as methods. Now let me see the constructors over here. The constructors are 0 parameter constructor, 1 parameter constructor. This is also 1 parameter constructor. Now array list is used to build an empty array list. This is an empty constructor. Collection C, it is used to build an array list that is initialized with the elements of the collection C. With the elements of collection C in the sense what? It will create an array list, whatever the collection you want, string collection, integer collection, float collection, double collection, whichever the collection you want, that collection, it will be initialized that array list with the elements of that collection C. Capacity in the sense, like we are going to creating an array list of some size. You can view the size in 10, like any 10, 20, 30, the capacity is nothing but size. If you want, you can give, it can be used to build an array list that has be a specified initial capacity. Initially, also in runtime, you can change it. Initially, if you give the 10 for the capacity, the size is 10. Later in the runtime, you can increase it dynamically because the array list indicates is a dynamic array. Normally, array is static array. Okay, so these are the 3 constructors are available in this array list. Now coming to the methods. The methods here, many methods are there. Only we are going to discussing about a few methods. Like we can add the elements to the array list by using add. So it consisting of 2 parameters. One is the index and second is the object element. Index object elements in the sense, how we can do is, we can add like this. Add of 1 comma, 1 comma. If you want to add a string, KKB. So it will be add at first position. That is the syntax indicates. Index is nothing but here 1. The index here is a 1. 1, 2, 3, anything. At that particular index, if you want to add this element, you can add it. Or else add all. Add all means all the elements. Whatever the elements you like to be add, you can add it. Now to clear the array list. Last index of, it is used to return to access the elements, right? Last index of, if you want to be access that last index of, you can use this method. Last index, whatever it may be, that can be of the array element, or -1 is the list that does not contain this element. Last index, it returns the index of this list. Last index of, say for example, 10 elements are there. The 10 elements, if you want to have 10 elements inside that 10 elements you are going to be making as, if you want to access the last index over here means it will access this. It will access the 9. Like this, it's going to be accessed. Okay. Now another method is toArray. ToArray is used to return an array containing all the elements in this list in the correct order. So ToArray is nothing but, if you want to use, like I said this is a non-synchronized, means it will be display the elements in a random way. So if you want to make as a correct order, you can use this method ToArray, TO2Array, to display in the correct order format. However, it stores in the same order. If you want to display, you can use this ToArray method. Let me discuss a example about the array list. This example talks about an array list demo here. I'm calling the main method. Now I'm creating an array list. How to create an array list? Already you know, array list is the class name followed by, if you want a within the angular brackets, right? So within the angular brackets, E specifies the type of the objects it will be hold. So what is the array list I'm creating? String. Now this is the object AL, new array list of string. This is how I am creating an object AL of type array list. What type of array list it is? A string array list. Now initially the size of AL. How to know the size? Already you are aware. Size method, AL dot size. Now I am adding the elements to that array list object. How to add? AL dot add of C, AL dot add of A, AL dot add of E, add of D, add of B, D, F. And if you want specifically at first position, if you want to add of AL dot add of 1 comma A2. At the first index, it will be store A2. So what is the first 0th index is stored? 0. 1th index 1. Second index 3. Third index B. Fourth index D. Fifth index F. Again, it is storing first index as A2. So when it is stored in the first index, already A is there. It will be need to shift, and it has to A2 has to come at the position of 1. First index has to be coming. And if you want to print again size of the after the addition of that array, AL dot size. Initially the size of the array is 0 normally, and after adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements, the array size is going to be 0 to 7. That is 0 to 6. That value, the array size will be displayed. How many elements you are going to be adding over here. Now display the array list. To display the content directly, you can use just AL. That's object name. If you display, it will display it. If you want to remove a particular element, already you know the element, you can directly remove AL dot remove method. Remove of F. Directly you can remove it. Or if you know the index, of a particular element, so if you want to remove that based on the index, AL dot remove of second index, it will be removed. Okay. The size of the AL object after deletion. So it will be 7. If you remove the 2 elements here, the size becomes 5. Now contents of AL. So whether the 2 elements or 2 elements are removed or not to display, you can use this one. Okay. So the output of this program will be look like this. That is, initially the array is 0. After adding of 7 elements, 7. Contents of that is C, A2, because here we are adding at first position A2, right? So A2, A, E, D, D, F. So after deleting 2 elements, it is 5. So what are the elements we have deleted? We have deleted F and 2. So F and 2 in the sense what? F is here and 2 means what? In the second position is A. 0, 1, 2. Second position is A and F. Both the elements are deleted, right? So after deleting, the size is 5. What are the elements we have deleted? A and F. So after deleting that element, the array list consisting of C, A2, E, B, D. And one more example is there in page number 514. You please go ahead. There is a integer. Now it is a program for string, right? So there is a integer program also there. Please refer the textbook, the page number 515. That is the complete Java complete reference. Okay. So let me run the program so that you can understood very clearly about what is happening here. Okay. Now let me run this code. That's all right. Okay, fine. So the name of the program is array list demo. The same program, just I'm copy pasting and executing this. So we have collection framework, right? So thought chapter. And this programs on collection frameworks. So here is the program array list demo.java. Now going to that command prompt. Here we have collection. I'm going to the address cmd java c space array list.java. File not found demo.this. Okay, where we have saved it here, right? So this is right. cmd, I'm going from here, java c space array demo.java. So if you have no errors, run the program. See, the size of the array initially is 0. Next is 7. Next is these are the elements. And next is after deleting 5. And the deleted elements are A and F. This is how the program will be written. Okay. So that's about the array list. What we have discussed is we have just discussed the array list, how it has, we are going to creating from abstract list to be the implement list interface. This is the syntax and the uses and constructors, methods, and one example, and another example you can walk through in the test. Okay. Right. So that's about the introduction to collection framework in Java as well as array list class.